Hey, what's up, everyone? Tito here, and I just wanted to hit you with a couple of thoughts. So, at your agency, and for that matter, in your life, right? I want to know what two words mean to you, and what they mean to your agency per se as well. And those two words are innovation and fun. Now, you might be saying, "Why are you asking this?" Well, we just went through a pandemic, still in it, right? That created the need for working from home, which is now WFH, like it even has its own little hashtag, right? So, created the need to work from home, to work virtually, to meet virtually, to do a lot of things that a lot of businesses weren't willing to do prior to the pandemic. They were like, it will never work. People won't be as efficient. People won't work. They'll just sit and play video games, blah, 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 right? And the reality is, there might be some people sitting at home playing video games half the day, but ironically, they're still getting their job done, which is amazing. It's a whole nother conversation on the work week and 40 hours. That's an American thing, that 40 hours equates to full-time work. Other countries don't have that. And I hate to say it, once again, it's another conversation, but you don't have to work 40 hours to get benefits. Anyway, so innovation, right? Innovation usually comes one of two ways, right? First being that you have your innovation department and they come up with 50 ideas, right? And maybe one of them actually gets put out. And look at the automotive market. If you didn't know, traditionally a car doesn't get a revamp for about 3 years, right? So if you get a 2021 Mercedes, right, and they just changed the entire model, the front is different, the tail lights are different, your car will stay looking basically brand new for at least 3 years. It's a great time to buy. If you're on the tail end of that 3 year mark, then you might get a new car and the next year it looks old because they come out with a new style, right? But why is that? Why can't they change the car up every year? Well, it would cost a lot and they'd have to do all the production, they have to do all the research, right? But what you do see, what you do see is in between those 3 year big shifts, they do make little tweaks, right? How many times in business do we not make little tweaks? So the innovation isn't really there. And I always talk about Blockbuster didn't want to innovate into streaming and doing different things, and then they closed down, right? Here's a crazy thing. People still rent DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. How do they do it? Those red boxes and stuff. Why? It's convenient. Two, there's no labor cost because it's a machine, right? So somebody innovated from the brick and mortar come rent a movie to literally a movie vending machine, right? So there are so many different ways to innovate. But it's one thing to say you're going to be innovative and that you're open to innovation and everything. But if the person in charge says something and everyone's scared to challenge them, then I dare say you have no innovation, because one person's making all the decisions. And as smart as that person might be, how do you get new ideas, right? All right, now let's go to fun, because I think these two really tie in. And the reason I say innovation, let me just recap, is the only thing consistent in life is change. So you have to constantly innovate and redesign yourself and remarket yourself or your brand or your product or whatever it may be, right? Otherwise, you become old news. Why don't you have a rotary phone in your house right now? Because nobody uses them anymore. Ironically, I saw one in Newburgh, Indiana, in a rental unit. And I was like, oh my God, is this, like, what is this, a museum? But they were really trying to rent the house. Once again, that property probably didn't rent right away. Why? Because that property owner or the landlord didn't want to spend some money to renovate some stuff so that it didn't look like it was built in the 1960s, which it probably was. All right, fun. What does fun mean to you? What does fun mean to your organization? We spend more time at work than we usually do at home. And when I say that, I mean when you take away sleep, because you're sleeping, let's just say 6 to 8 hours a night, every night, that's like you're doing work at home, right? There's not a lot of time left in between. So you spend a lot of time at work. What is done at work to make it fun? Is it okay to joke around? Are there potlucks? Are there barbecues? Are there outings, field trips? Even in school, you got to take field trips and have some fun, right? So, or recess, and now there's a lot of the techie companies and stuff. They have everything from juice bars to beer and everything else, right? But what is your organization doing to make things fun? To take the weight off people's shoulders for a minute? Because here's the thing. You can hold people's feet to the fire every day, and you can make them squeeze results out of places they didn't know they could. But eventually they're going to get fatigued over that. They're going to get burnt out. How does that help you, help the organization, help the brand, help everything else, right? Why not take a percentage of the time and give it back to them in a fun way? Make them want to work hard because they know they're also going to get to have some fun, right? And me personally, if you look at my LinkedIn page and everything else, we did fun things. Like we did funny videos and skits, and we had fun in meetings. We did things to shake things up. And don't get me wrong, some people would turn their nose up and, ooh, that's inappropriate at work. But we worked so much better. We hit goals and metrics that no one had ever done before because we worked like a family, like brothers and sisters. I say this a lot. Simon Sinek said it. You don't want to be the family that allows everyone to do whatever they want. You want to be like brothers and sisters. You don't always get along. You're going to talk bad about each other every once in a while, but at the end of the day, you have each other's back. And you're going to do things you have to do, like chores and everything, but you're also going to play together and have fun. So fun and innovation. I want y'all to think about those two words. If you're not, start incorporating them in. You will see greater results. You will be able to scale up if you haven't been able to scale up. You will be able to improve your retention if you've had issues there. You will be able to empower your team with doing so much more because they feel like they're more connected. Remember, part of innovation is everyone has a voice. They have to be able to say if they think something's good or bad. I had a running joke with every team that I've led. I always go, tell me why I'm stupid. Because I knew it was my idea, and I knew it wasn't necessarily the best. It was just an idea. But I didn't want anyone thinking because the boss said it, that it had to be right regardless. So I got a lot of great ideas from my teams. And matter of fact, if you watch one of our silly skits where we did the Bruno Mars song and everything and everyone's dancing, that started out as an idea I had, the Bruno Mars piece, but then the whole video was cultivated by my team. Like they came up with silly things and we put it together and it was hilarious. It's hilarious to this day. So what are you doing that's innovative? What are you doing that's fun? And how are you going to improve on those things? And if someone was asking you what you would want to do with those two things, start doing them. Anyway, love y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Stay safe.